Hello students, welcome to 10th English medium science class. We are studying about electricity. In previous session we studied the different type of connection of resistors in circuits. So we studied series combination of resistors and parallel combination of resistors. And we also studied how what is the relation between the voltage, current and resistance in series and in parallel. We studied that when the resistors are connected in series, the equivalent or resultant resistance of the system of resistors is equal to sum of individual resistors. Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus etc. And we also studied that in parallel combination the resultant resistance is given by reciprocal of resultant resistance is equal to sum of reciprocals of individual resistors. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus etc. So in this way we can calculate the resultant resistance in a given circuit, and we also discussed about which type of combination is beneficial or good for our everyday life. In our everyday life we use parallel connection because when the devices are connected in parallel circuit, if any one gadget or any one device fails, remaining devices will go on working because different current is flowing in a different device. That is another benefit. And one more benefit is the total resistance in the circuit is very less. So amount of voltage required is fixed. So with fixed voltage you can supply different currents to different devices. So that is the benefit of parallel connection. So we have seen that when we use any device, electrical device, it may be a television or it may be fan or it may be mixer, grinder. So after the use, if you touch the device, you will see that that device is hot. It is heated. So why this is heated? Because it has done some work. So we are supplying the electricity to the device. That electricity should be converted into useful work. But heat is also produced. In primary classes you have studied law of conservation of energy. Energy can be converted from one form into the another form. So when we give electrical energy, so all energy should be converted into mechanical energy. For example, if you are rotating the fan should rotate with the electrical energy. So that rotation is nothing but kinetic energy. So our main purpose is what? Converting the electrical energy into kinetic energy. But along with this kinetic energy, heat is also produced. So you know that heat is also a form of energy. So we will come to conclusion that the electrical energy supplied to the device is not only converted into useful work, but it is also converted into heat energy. So that is you can say that energy is wasted in the form of heat, because all devices are not 100% designed to convert total electrical energy into useful work. So some amount of energy is converted into heat in circuits. So we are supplying the electrical energy with the help of battery or cell. Battery or cell is source of electrical energy. So this source of electrical energy is electrical generators also in our homes, and electricity is coming from power stations. But here we are thinking about small scale design. If you use a toy car or any other small device or torch, we are using the battery or cells. It is the main source of electrical energy for the world. But it generates potential difference and sets electrons in motion. So main function of this energy should be what? To allow the electrons to flow in the circuit. Electrons should move in the circuit so that current is flowing in the circuit and our fan is rotating or our toy car is moving. But a part of it is consumed into useful work. So here what happens? A part of energy is consumed, utilized in making the useful work. Means main work. Main work of fan is to rotate and give the air. So that is called as what? Useful work. And remaining energy is expended in heat to raise temperature of the gadget. For example, fan becomes warm. So what is the meaning of this? If you supply potential difference or source of energy to any device, all energy is not converted into useful work. A part of energy is converted into useful work and some part of energy is converted into heat, and that heat will increase the temperature of the device. For example, if you touch the fan after rotating, it will be hot, and mixer grinder, after using you touch and see that it is hot. So the energy supplied by us, it produces what? Some useful work, and also it produces the heat. So this is because all conductors are not perfectly good conductors. Even you take copper or aluminium, electrons flowing through the aluminium or copper, they experience resistance. So when they collide with the particles or atoms of the metal, there is friction between them, and that produces the heat. And this is called as heating effect of electric current. And if you can use also this property can be also used for useful work. For example, if you take the high resistance is more, then friction is more from the electrons and heat is produced. So we can use such property for making the devices which produce the heat. So if electric circuit is purely resistive, means resistance is high. If you take high resistance in the circuit, then what happens? The source of energy continually gets dissipated entirely in the form of heat. The source of energy gives the dissipate means to give, continuously gives and converted in the form of heat. So that energy which is dissipated means it is converted into the heat. If the resistance of the circuit is very high, this is called heating effect of electric current. So this is called a heating effect of electric current. If you take a pure resistor and if you provide the source of energy and allow the current to flow in that resistor, it will offer high resistance to the current and heat is produced. So this is called as heating effect of electric current. This effect is used in heating devices. So this type of this property is also helpful. It is used in heating devices like heater and electric iron. We use heater to heat water, or in winter season where ice falls, they use room heaters. So they also help in keeping them warm. And we know about electric iron. The main purpose of iron is to produce the heat. So this heating effect of electric current can be used to produce the heat and use the heat for other work. So when we supply the energy, some part is converted into useful work and another part is converted into heat. That is in general gadgets like fan or mixer grinder, television set. Their main purpose is different, but some amount of heat is produced in the along with the main purpose. But if you take purely resistive circuit, the maximum amount of electricity passing through the circuit is converted into heat, and that heat can be utilized for some useful work, like for heating the water or for heating the room or for any other purpose like electric iron. So we can derive an equation or a formula to calculate how much heat is produced in given resistor. Let current I flowing through a resistor R. Let us take a resistor through which current is flowing, and that current is indicated by I. And let potential difference is V. Current will not flow without the potential difference. So I will draw a circuit here. Let this is the resistor. And this is the energy source cell key. Say this is the ammeter A, and this is the voltmeter B. So this is the resistor, and current I is flowing through the circuit, and this is the potential difference across it, and this is also we call it as potential because it is supplying the energy. So let I is the current flowing through the resistor R. So current I is flowing through the resistor R, and potential difference is V across the resistance. Let T be the time for Q charges flowing through R. So let T be the time for which the charges are flowing through the R. You know that electrons are moving through the resistance. So we measure the charges in terms of coulombs, and symbol is Q. Let Q coulomb charges are flowing in the resistance R for T seconds. So now work done in moving Q charges through potential difference V is given by V into Q. So work done in moving the electric charges. So how much work is done per charge? How much energy is supplied to the each charge? That much work will be done. So energy supplied is in the form of voltage. So how many charges are there? Q charges are there. So if you multiply V into Q is the nothing but work done in moving Q charges. Source must supply energy VQ in time T. So if the source supplies the energy VQ for T seconds, then power input to the circuit is measured by P equal to energy divided by time. So that is work done divided by time, VQ divided by T. So here Q by T is nothing but it is electric current. This Q by T is nothing but electric current. I equal to Q by T. Now energy supplied to the circuit is equal to power into time. So how much power it consumes in given time is called as energy supplied. So we multiply this power by time. So energy supplied to the circuit is P into T. E is given by P into T, but P is nothing but VI. P is equal to VI. In place of P, if you write VI, we will get formula VI into T. So this is the energy consumed by the circuit. This energy supplied to the circuit is converted into heat energy. Therefore, this energy is nothing but heat energy. If all energy is totally converted into heat, So you can consider that energy supplied, VIT, is nothing but heat generated. Therefore, H equal to VIT. But we know that according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. In place of V, if you write IR, so this will become what? H equal to IR into I into T. H equal to, in place of V, if you write V equal to IR, so IR into I into T. If you multiply I into I, that is I square, and remaining is R into T. I square RT. This is the formula to calculate heat generated in a circuit when current I is passing through the resistance R for time t seconds. So this was studied by a scientist called as Joule, and this is called as heating effect of electric current, and this is law. This law is called as Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating. So what he defines, using this formula only you can state the Joule's law of heating. What is there? H is equal to I square. Means H depends directly on current flowing through it. If more current is passed through it, more heat is produced. And resistance, it is directly proportional to resistance R. If high resistance you take, high heat is produced. And time t, if you pass the current for more time, more heat is produced. So heat generated is directly proportional to, heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to square of current, square of electric current passing through the resistor. Here the heat produced in R depends on the current passing through the resistor, square of the current. Then resistance itself, the heat produced is directly proportional to resistance. Means if you take more higher resistance, more heat is produced. And then time for which current flows, the heat produced in circuit is directly proportional to the time for which current flows in the circuit. Means if you pass the current for more time, more heat is produced. So in this way, Joule's law of heating gives us how much heat can be produced in a circuit when current is passed through a certain resistance. So this is about heating effect of electric current. Let us solve some examples based on this formula. They are given in your book, page number 111 in the textbook. Two examples are given. So we will discuss those two examples, how to calculate the heat produced when resistance, voltage, current are given. Let example 12.10, page number 111. See there, an electric iron consumes energy at rate of 840 watt when heating is at the maximum rate, and 360 watt when heating is at the minimum. The voltage is 220 volt. What are the current and resistance in each case? So they are given how much power is consumed. Energy is consumed in two cases. First case, energy is equal to 840 watts. Okay, and voltage is fixed. V is equal to 220 volt. So you have to calculate what is the current and resistance. I equal to what and R equal to what. So we know that this energy is nothing but this is power consumed. P equal to 840 watt. So we have the formula P equal to V into I. Here P and V are given, you can calculate I. I is nothing but P by P. That is 840 divided by 220. So you can calculate 2 11 the 242 the. Then this is equal to 11 and the 11 3s are 33. So that will come about 3.82 ampere. If you divide 42 by 11, it will come 3.82 ampere. Next we have to calculate resistance. Resistance is given by P by I. P by I. V is 220 volt and divide this by current 3.82 ampere. So you will get 57.6 ohm. So current passing through the device is 3.82 ampere and resistance offered by device is 57.6. Similarly, in second case, voltage is same, V equal to 220 volt, but the energy consumed is 360 watt, P equal to 360 watt. You can use same formula, I equal to P by V, 360 divided by 220. It will give about 1.64 ampere and R is equal to V by I, 220 divided by 1.64, that is 134.15 ohm. So in this way you can calculate the amount of current and amount of resistance when amount of energy is given. Next, one more question. Second one, example. 100 joule of heat is produced each second in a 4 ohm resistance. Find the potential difference across the resistor. Here heat produced is given. Heat equal to 100 joule and time is given 1 second. In each second means in 1 second, and they are given resistance R is equal to 4 ohm, and you have to calculate potential difference across the resistors. So we have the formula H is equal to I square RT. Okay. If you calculate current first, you can calculate voltage using R and I. R is given. So first calculate I. How to calculate I? Fill the values. H is 100. I don't know. And R is 4 and T is 1. So I square is equal to, if you take for this side, that is 100 divided by 4. So I square is equal to 25. 4 on the 425 the. I is equal to square root of 25. That is 5 ampere. So current passing through the resistor is 4 ohm is 5 ampere. Therefore, V is equal to IR. Ohm's law. So voltage can be calculated by multiplying current with resistance. Current is 5 ampere, we have calculated here, and resistance given is 4 volt. 5 for the 20 volt. So in this way we can calculate any value using the formula H equal to I square RT. Let us take one more example that is given in question, page number 112. Page number 112. In text question number 3. An electric iron of resistance 20 ohm. Resistance of 20 ohm takes a current of 5 ampere. It takes current 5 ampere. Calculate heat developed in 30 seconds. So it is used for 30 seconds. So you have to calculate how much heat energy is produced. So R is given, I is given, T is given. So you can use directly H equal to I square RT. That is I is 5 square and R is 20 and T is 30 seconds. So 25 into 20 into 30. So 25 2s are 5500 into 3. This is 500 into 30. 3 5s are 15,000 joule or 15 kilojoule. 1000 joule means 1 kilojoule. So you can write that 15,000 joule or 15 kilojoule. So this is the about heating effect of electric current. So we will continue the chapter in next class. Thank you.